Welcome back to the number 3 most cited OSHA violations for 2017, and that being the standard on scaffolds, where there were over 3,000 citations issued to employers, just like many of you. But before I get into that, I want to make a special note this fine Monday morning that this week before the Christmas holiday, OSHA has granted some of you a Christmas miracle. As most of you know, the e-filed 300A logs were due this past Friday, December 15th, but OSHA has pushed that date back yet again to Sunday, December 31st, saying that they will no longer accept your 2016 logs beginning on Monday, January 1st. I can't speculate as to this date changing again, but for now, this appears to be their hard deadline. So Merry Christmas to those that haven't completed your logs yet. Now, back to scaffolds. One of the things you need to realize right off the bat is you aren't usually able to hide your violations from plain sight. Most scaffold systems are visible on construction sites, and many are located just off roads and other public areas where OSHA inspectors can see the violations from the comfort of their own cars. Here are some of the highlighted items OSHA inspectors are citing when they pop on site to inspect your scaffolding system. Number 1, each employee more than 10 feet above a lower level must be protected from falls by guardrails or a fall arrest system, except those on single point and 2-point adjustable suspension scaffolds. Each employee on one of those must be protected by both a personal fall arrest system and a guardrail. Number 2, guardrail height. The height of the top rail for scaffolds manufactured and placed in service after January 1, 2000 must be between 38 inches and 45 inches. Number 3, cross bracing. When the cross point of cross bracing is used as a top rail, it must be between 38 and 48 inches above the work platform. Number 4, mid rails must be installed approximately halfway between the top rail and the platform surface. When a cross point of cross bracing is used as a mid rail, it must be between 20 inches and 30 inches above the work platform. Number 5, footings. Support scaffold footings must be level and capable of supporting the loaded scaffold. The legs, poles, frames, and uprights shall bear on base plates and mud sills. Number 6, platforms. Supported scaffold platforms must be fully planked or decked. Number 7, guying ties and braces. Supported scaffolds with a height to base of more than 4:1 must be restrained from tipping by guying, tying, bracing, or the equivalent. Number 8, capacity. Scaffolds and scaffold components must support at least 4 times the maximum intended load. Suspension scaffold rigging must hold at least 6 times the intended load. Number 9, training. You've heard this before. Employers must train each employee who works on a scaffold on the hazards and the procedures to control the hazards, including how to erect them and how to recognize when they have been built improperly. Number 10, inspections. Before each work shift and after any occurrence that could affect the structural integrity, a competent person must inspect the scaffold and scaffold components for visible defects. Number 11, and finally, when erecting and dismantling supported scaffolds, a competent person must determine the feasibility of providing a safe means of access and fall protection for these operations. Now, if you follow these 11 points, your scaffold system will be solid, and it needs to be, since scaffolds are a part of fall protection, which happens to be a leader in worker deaths. And with that, I'm Jake Wolfenden with Summit Safety Group, and I want to wish each of you a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next week.